Teaching English to adults requires a unique set of strategies and methods that cater to their distinct learning styles, motivations, and experiences. Adult learners often approach language learning with specific goals in mind, whether for professional development, personal growth, or integration into a new culture. This comprehensive text explores super effective teaching methods and strategies for teaching English to adults, providing specific examples and references to established approaches. Communicative Language Teaching, CLT. Communicative language teaching, CLT, is a popular approach that emphasizes interaction and real-life communication. It focuses on enabling learners to use English effectively and appropriately in various contexts. Example: in a classroom setting, the teacher might organize role-playing activities where students practice ordering food in a restaurant, making a doctor's appointment, or conducting a business meeting. These activities simulate real-life situations, encouraging students to use English in practical, meaningful ways. References: the work of Del Hymes and Michael Halliday laid the foundation for CLT, emphasizing the importance of communicative competence. They argued that language learning should involve understanding and producing language that is socially appropriate in various contexts. Task-Based Language Teaching, TBLT. Task-Based Language Teaching, TBLT, focuses on the use of authentic tasks as the central unit of planning and instruction. Tasks are activities that require learners to use language to achieve a specific outcome. Example: an instructor might design a project where students plan a community event. This task would involve researching venues, creating invitations, budgeting, and marketing the event, all conducted in English. Such a task not only develops language skills, but also integrates problem-solving and critical thinking. References: Jane Willis and David Noonan have significantly contributed to the development of TBLT. Their work highlights the importance of using meaningful tasks that reflect real-world activities to promote language learning. Content and Language Integrated Learning, CLIL. Content and Language Integrated Learning, CLIL, involves teaching a subject through the medium of English, thereby integrating language and content learning. Example: in a CLIL class, a teacher might teach a history lesson entirely in English. Students learn about historical events while simultaneously improving their English vocabulary and comprehension skills. For instance, a lesson on the American Revolution could include reading primary source documents, discussing causes and effects, and writing a reflective essay. References: David Marsh and Du Coyle have been influential in promoting CLIL. Their research emphasizes the dual-focused aims of content learning and language development, arguing that integrating these can enhance both subject knowledge and language proficiency. Blended Learning and Technology Integration. Blended learning combines traditional face-to-face instruction with online learning, offering flexibility and access to a wide range of resources. Technology can play a significant role in enhancing language learning for adults. Example: an English language course might use a learning management system, LMS, to provide supplementary materials, such as videos, quizzes, and discussion forums. Students can practice listening and speaking through language apps like Duolingo or Rosetta Stone, and use online platforms like Zoom for virtual conversation practice. References: the Community of Inquiry Framework by Garrison, Anderson, and Archer highlights the importance of cognitive presence, social presence, and teaching presence in online and blended learning environments. Their work suggests that well-integrated technology can enhance interaction and engagement in language learning. Cultural competence and intercultural communication. Cultural competence involves understanding and respecting cultural differences, which is crucial in language teaching. Intercultural communication skills are essential for learners to navigate diverse social and professional environments. Example: in an English class with students from various cultural backgrounds, the teacher might incorporate discussions about cultural norms and practices. Activities could include comparing holiday traditions, exploring idiomatic expressions, and discussing cultural differences in communication styles. Such activities not only improve language skills, but also foster intercultural understanding. References: Byram's model of intercultural communicative competence emphasizes the need for language learners to develop skills in interpreting and relating, discovering and interacting, and reflecting on cultural experiences. This model underscores the importance of integrating cultural learning with language instruction. Differentiated instruction. Differentiated instruction involves tailoring teaching methods to meet the diverse needs of learners. Adult learners often have varied proficiency levels, learning styles, and interests. Example: in a mixed-level English class, the teacher might use leveled reading materials to ensure all students can engage with the text at an appropriate level. Advanced students might analyze complex articles, while beginners work with simplified versions of the same content. Group work can be organized to allow peer teaching, where more proficient students support those who are struggling. References: Carroll and Tomlinson's work on differentiated instruction provides a framework for addressing diverse learning needs. Her strategies include varying content, process, and product based on learners' readiness, interests, and learning profiles. Flipped classroom. The flipped classroom model involves reversing the traditional learning environment by delivering instructional content outside of class and using classroom time for interactive activities. Example: in a flipped English classroom, students might watch instructional videos on grammar rules or vocabulary at home. During class, they engage in activities such as discussions, group projects, and writing exercises that apply what they learned. This approach allows for more personalized instruction and active learning during class time. References: Jonathan Bergman and Aaron Sams, pioneers of the flipped classroom, emphasize the benefits of using class time for collaborative and hands-on learning. Their approach supports the idea that students can learn at their own pace outside of class and engage more deeply during in-person sessions. Project-based learning, PBL. Project-based learning, PBL, involves students working on projects over an extended period, culminating in a final product or presentation. This approach fosters critical thinking, collaboration, and real-world application of language skills. Example: an English language course might include a semester-long project where students create a multimedia presentation on a topic of their choice, such as a cultural analysis or a business plan. Throughout the project, students conduct research, collaborate with peers, and present their findings, all in English. References: the Buck Institute for Education, BIE, outlines the principles of PBL, including sustained inquiry, authenticity, student voice and choice, reflection, critique and revision, and public product. These principles align with the goals of language learning by promoting active engagement and practical use of English. Scaffolding and supportive feedback. Scaffolding involves providing temporary support to learners until they can perform tasks independently. Supportive feedback is essential for helping adult learners progress and build confidence. Example: in an English writing class, the teacher might provide sentence starters or graphic organizers to help students structure their essays. As students become more proficient, these supports are gradually removed. Regular feedback, both oral and written, helps students understand their strengths and areas for improvement. References: Vygotsky's concept of the zone of proximal development, ZPD, highlights the importance of scaffolding in learning. It suggests that learners can achieve more with guidance and support than they can independently. Bruner's work on scaffolding further emphasizes the role of structured support in facilitating learning. Using authentic materials. Authentic materials are real-life texts, audio, and video that native speakers use in their daily lives. These materials expose learners to natural language use and cultural contexts. Example: an English teacher might use news articles, podcasts, and movies as teaching materials. For instance, students could watch a TED Talk and then discuss the main points, analyze the speaker's language, and write a summary. Using authentic materials helps learners connect with the language in meaningful ways. References: Noonan's work on authentic materials highlights their benefits in providing exposure to real-world language and contexts. His research suggests that using authentic materials can enhance learners' motivation and improve their language skills by offering relevant and engaging content. Collaborative learning and peer interaction. Collaborative learning involves students working together to achieve learning goals. Peer interaction is a powerful tool for language development, as it provides opportunities for practice, feedback, and social engagement. Example: in a conversation class, the teacher might organize small group discussions on various topics, such as current events, personal experiences, or cultural issues. Peer feedback sessions, where students review and comment on each other's work, can also be effective in writing classes. References: Johnson and Hollebeck's research on cooperative learning emphasizes the benefits of group work in promoting academic achievement, social skills, and motivation. Their work supports the idea that collaborative learning can enhance language development by providing a supportive and interactive environment. Learner autonomy and self-directed learning. Encouraging learner autonomy involves fostering self-directed learning, where students take responsibility for their own learning process. This approach is particularly effective for adult learners, who often have clear goals and motivations. Example: an English teacher might guide students in setting personal learning objectives, creating study plans, and selecting resources that match their interests and needs. Tools like language learning diaries or portfolios can help learners track their progress and reflect on their learning journey. References: Holleck's work on learner autonomy emphasizes the importance of empowering learners to take charge of their learning. His research suggests that autonomy leads to more effective and meaningful language learning experiences. Interactive and gamified learning. Interactive and gamified learning involves using games and interactive activities to make language learning fun and engaging. This approach can increase motivation and provide a dynamic learning experience. Example: an English class might incorporate language games like vocabulary bingo, grammar scavenger hunts, or online quizzes. Digital tools like Kahoot or Quizlet can turn review sessions into competitive and interactive experiences, making learning enjoyable and memorable. References: research by G on game-based learning highlights the potential of games to enhance learning by providing immediate feedback, encouraging experimentation, and fostering engagement. His work suggests that gamified learning can be particularly effective in language education. Mindfulness and stress reduction. Learning a new language can be stressful, especially for adults who may feel self-conscious or anxious about making mistakes. Incorporating mindfulness and stress reduction techniques can create a more supportive learning environment. Example: an English teacher might start each class with a short mindfulness exercise, such as deep breathing or guided meditation. This practice can help reduce anxiety and create a calm and focused atmosphere. Additionally, incorporating positive reinforcement and creating a non-judgmental space can encourage risk-taking and resilience. References: research on mindfulness in education, such as the work by Kabat-Zinn, suggests that mindfulness practices can improve concentration, reduce anxiety, and enhance overall well-being. These benefits can translate into a more positive and effective language learning experience. Using visual and multimodal resources. Visual and multimodal resources can enhance comprehension and retention by engaging multiple senses. These resources can include images, videos, infographics, and interactive media. Example: in an English lesson on descriptive language, the teacher might use pictures and videos to illustrate vocabulary words. For instance, showing a video of a bustling market can help students understand and use adjectives like crowded, noisy, and vibrant. Interactive tools like digital storyboards or virtual tours can also provide immersive learning experiences. References: Pivio's dual coding theory suggests that combining verbal and visual information can enhance learning and memory. This theory supports the use of multimodal resources in language teaching to create richer and more engaging learning experiences. Lifelong learning and continuous improvement. Encouraging a mindset of lifelong learning is essential for adult learners. Language learning is a continuous process, and fostering a commitment to ongoing improvement can lead to long-term success. Example: an English teacher might encourage students to set long-term language goals and create a plan for achieving them. This plan could include activities like reading English books, watching movies, participating in language exchange programs, and attending workshops. Providing resources and strategies for independent learning can help students continue their language development beyond the classroom. References: Knoll's theory of andragogy emphasizes the importance of self-directed learning and lifelong education. His work suggests that adult learners are more motivated and successful when they take an active role in their learning journey and commit to continuous improvement. Conclusion: teaching English to adults requires a multifaceted approach that addresses their unique needs, motivations, and experiences. By incorporating methods such as communicative language teaching, task-based language teaching, blended learning, and differentiated instruction, educators can create effective and engaging learning experiences. Integrating cultural competence, collaborative learning, learner autonomy, and mindfulness further enhances the learning process. Through the use of authentic materials, interactive resources, and ongoing support, teachers can empower adult learners to achieve their language goals and thrive in diverse contexts. That's all for today's episode. If you have enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. Also, feel free to send us any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes. You can reach us through our website or social media pages. Thank you for listening, and until next time, keep learning and keep smiling.